Hi everybody, it's Janet with Fruit of the Vine Art Studio here. It's Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and it's time to do a little painting with you, and it's a little bit before Valentine's Day still. We've got a few days and I just thought I'd come on and do a fun little Valentine's craft with you. A little love shack. I think it's really cute. Here, let me pull this up on the page here so I can see it. Oh, okay, I know about my virus protection. We'll just go past that for right now. Always wanting to tell you something, say you something, aren't they? Anyway, when you hop on, I'd love it if you would just say hi, tell me where you're from, tell me where you're watching from, how your day's going, tell me what's going on. Anyway, I got this adorable little camper here. I got this little camper here from the Dollar Tree, and I thought it was really cute. It says love right here across the top on the little banner, and it's got little hearts on the door, little heart shapes here, little hearts on the wheels, and I thought, isn't that adorable? I think we'll go ahead and paint that tonight. I'm going to use obviously some Valentine type colors for this. If you were with us last night, we painted the lovebirds. That turned out really pretty, didn't it? I really think that's a lovely design. Really pretty little design. It says love right over here in the corner. I'm just going to set this over here for right now. Get that off the table. Okay, so I'm going to use some pretty common colors tonight. I'm going to use a red, a magenta, a light pink, silver, black, and white. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sort some out, tilt you down, and we'll go ahead and get started. Turn this around right like that. Okay, here we go. I'll zoom you in just a wee bit so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, up here. That's better. Right up there. Kind of look at it on the computer and on my telephone so that I can see what's actually being seen by you guys in both kind of directions here. Okay, I am going to start out with using a little bit of the bright red. Let me get it out here. There we go. And for this, I'm going to use this sponge brush here. No, wait a minute, I'm not. I'm going to use this little fan brush here. Not fan brush, flat brush here. Okay? And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go right into the red here. And we're going to do this part right here in the bright red. I'm just painting the top of it, not the inside of it. That's a nice bright red. And we'll do the insides because there's little lines here on it. Part of the L is going to be one color and part of the L is going to be another color. I was looking at that thinking, wow, okay, well, that's all right. We'll just see how this works out, huh? I'm just kind of pulling it across the top, trying to just lightly touch the top of it without getting it down into the actual back of the camper part there. I'm just doing the little banner. There we go. Just kind of scratch that along a little bit. I can see that red paint right there. Try to get it off the middle of the brush and onto the tip of the brush, where it's much more useful. There we go. And I know you guys ready for the Super Bowl. I know we certainly are. I would love to be able to go. We can't go, but we're going to have fun anyway. We're going to go to a party, actually. So we're going to have us a good time and enjoy the Super Bowl. Ready for the Bengals to bring it home. Don't know if you saw my post earlier today. A friend of mine got interviewed on the news. She's going to also be on tomorrow, too, on another channel in regards to her her and her husband meeting at a Bengals game in 1988. And some of my paintings just so happened to get a little kind of a cameo on there, a little close-up on a couple of them. It was really very nice. I felt very honored for my paintings to be viewed, to be shown on their interview. A couple of those Bengal paintings that you guys watched me make. I've known her for many, many, many years. Okay, I'm just sort of tapping it on here in these little spots. I want to make that E get covered. I don't want to rub it too hard because it's going to go down in there and I can see that. Okay, so we're going to do this in a white and a magenta and a light pink, and then another magenta, and then this is going to be red down here. So I'm going to tilt it this way, and I'm going to start painting this part down here with the red. Now this part's going to be silver in this area here, so we'll be using some silver there. Actually, that'll be silver. Instead of the magenta again, that one will be silver. And then we'll make these little hearts different colors of pink, since we're putting the bright red down here at the bottom of the camper's body. Just sort of bring that around here. You can just sort of take it and wiggle it back and forth right into around those little hearts. Now, they've got these lines just kind of drawn here. You could do something like use this little card that came with it if you want to keep yourself in the lines there like that. Of course, I'd have to turn it this way to do that, because I'm going to be painting with my left hand. I have to hold this with my right hand then, but I could put this like this very little card that came with it that was attached to the top. I took off. It was hanging with this little piece of jute. Pulled that little piece of jute off. You can just take this and just go just like that, and then we don't even really have to worry about it getting past that spot. Just scoot it over right here. That's just a little trick, a little tip that you can use those little pieces that come with it for different things. You can use it as a guide. Now, when you pick it up and you go to the next color, you definitely want to make sure that you would take your paper towel and rub it across that, because you don't, it's obviously going to have some paint on it. So rub it across that edge, and then maybe you might want to turn it to avoid it getting too wet to the next edge when you go over here. Now first we're just going to work this right in here. I'm just going to smoosh it up there. Just take the brush and just smoosh it and push it. Right up against it. Right up against that. And then use this pretty bright red. Now, you guys have to realize, what else do you think I have to go with this? I'm not painting it tonight, though. I've got the truck. A Valentine truck that goes with this wild-looking thing here. Now, this, of course, is going to also be red, too, so we can just go right over this. Right like that. Bring that on down. I'm going to bring it on down to the bottom of that. And over at this end. just sort of fill this in real quick here. Use up the paint that's on my brush. Had a really good party today. We did the barn quilts. I don't know if you got to see that post yet either. Those were very pretty. They turned out really pretty. I had 2 people that did Bingle-themed barn quilts. They were really cool. Very cool. One was a big bee emblem sort of in the middle. And the other girl, she even put little tiger stripes around the outside of her barn quilt. It was really pretty. I mean, they were both really cool. I loved them. I thought they both turned out really great. We had different themed ones. They were all kind of different themes. They all chose something different, and they all turned out great. There was one that was actually with the pinks, so it was more of the Valentine themed one. It had a couple of pinks to it, and then we had one girl that did lots of light pastels on hers. It was a very, very, had like a spring feel to it, very light pastel. And then another one was done with all earthy type tones, sort of a very rustic look to that one. I mean, I love doing those things, those wooden things like that, because, you know, everybody's personality really, really shines when you do those things. You really see what they're into, what they like, you know. One of the girls did a Mickey Mouse theme. Hers was yellow and black and red. Hers was the Mickey Mouse colors, the Mickey Mouse theme. And she put little Mickey heads around the corners of it. They were all really very pretty. Really very pretty. They did great jobs with them. They had a really good time, too. I really enjoy the opportunity to get together and just, you know, paint and talk and have a good time conversing with people. Getting to know folks. It's always fun. And I'm just using this card like I did on the other one. I'm just sort of pulling it along, and see how simple that was? And I kept it exactly in the line that way. Now, you know, you don't have to be that worried about it, that you do it that way. You can just take your brush and paint them, because there ain't nothing that says that everything's got to be exactly by the line. Do it however you want to do it. It's up to you. Hey, Steve, thank you for commenting. I appreciate that. I see that out there. I appreciate you doing that for me so that I know that I can be heard and seen and everything's working down there. All right, I'm going to put a little silver. Actually, I think I should do the white next and let those both be drying. I don't know. Should I put the silver in right now? No, that's not dry yet, so we don't want to do that yet. Let's rinse this off. We've got the red. Let me get my little card over here. I wiped it off. We'll be using it again. And we don't have to get it super, super, super clean, because we're going to just be using more basic shades. Let's get the magenta. And we'll put that one on next. While that's drying, we'll work on this one here in the middle with the magenta going through here. Okay, so this silver, this is magenta. Get this little rough little piece of the wood right there. Okay, so let me get my little card. We're going to hold it on this side for now. And then we're just going to press it right against the card. Right around the top of the door. And then I can just take the card, flip my little camper over that way. Put the little card right there. And get this side of it. Very simple, simple way of doing it. And then I'm just gonna move it down here. Get my hand out the way to where I can see I'm getting in my own light with the card. we go. Right there. Oop, that did get it on there, didn't it? I splattered it. Well, poor old little mistake. Okay, so let me just kind of smoosh that up right there. Wipe this off. I'm just going to take my finger and kind of push that off of there because that's going to be pink anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. Just didn't want it to be a glob. You have to wait on a glob of it to dry. I don't want to have to do that. Okay, and then we're just going to take this right up here, right up to the line. Right up in here. I can kind of take it and smoosh it back and forth. Wiggle it up into the corner. Turn it this way. Give it some wiggle. Give it some wiggle. Always technical. Always technical. Little wiggling over here. Okay, now I can also see that I've got to get it right up in this little spot right here. Now I am going to have to get me a smaller brush out, but I can still do a little work here. I can bring this down to there. I can't get that little card in this area, as we can see. So I'm just trying to, let me get just a smidgen. I don't want to get much paint on there, though. Just a smidgen of it. There we go. And right in this little corner right here, if I can get it. I can see it. Can I get it? I'm getting stressed about it. I don't need to get stressed about it. Just paint it. Huh. The whole idea is not to get stressed. That's right. The idea is to just enjoy it. Okay. So we're just going to take the brush and wiggle it down this way. Right across the line. There we go. Now we've got that filled in with the magenta. Let me get this right there. Okay, now inside of there is going to have to be magenta too. So I'm going to take this brush right here, and I'm going to get it right inside of this E. Just sort of filling that in real quick and easy right in here in this little corner. Tilt it in that little way. There we go. Up around this edge. Sort of pressing it around in there. Pushing it down inside of there so that it fills it in. Letting the little bristles turn in different directions. There we go. I think that looks pretty well covered now. Okay, now the V doesn't go all the way up with this magenta. I can see the little line. You know, I was thinking to myself, maybe I should have filled those in with white. Actually, that might have looked prettier. Maybe we'll do that when we get done. Maybe I'll go over what I'm doing right here with a white instead, because that would make it pop, I think, instead of doing it with the color that's in the background. I think I should have maybe done it in white, because that would have made it stand out and pop, and I don't know that this is going to give it that same effect. In fact, I don't think it will. As I still continue to paint it. Well, I've already started it, so at this point, you know, only got this little piece of the V, I mean the O, the V, the O, inside the O, this little bitty area right there. Okay, now we got that little area colored in with the magenta. I'll rinse that off. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do the silver since that is dry in between right now. I can see that with the pink and the red. And the silver's already out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this silver here. And do this area right here in silver. It's a nice metallic silver. Get that to roll off of the edge right there. There we go. Don't want to have too much on there. Got a little too much right there, but we're not going to worry about it. Just take our finger and kind of ook it off. Okay. We'll turn it around this way now. Go ahead and work on this side. Right around the heart. Just kind of working it in there. I'm just going to take the tip of the brush and just take it and wiggle it up right to the line. This silver always has a really good coverage. No, we don't want to get it on the door. It's not going to be a silver door. Thought I'd do the door in a white. Oh, I'm still getting it on the door. I got to be careful. Let me turn it this way. That's a small area. Maybe I should lay my brush this way and go like this instead. Work it down in there that way. Sometimes you got to try to adapt the brush to what the shape is. Other times you're just going to have to get a different brush. Sometimes it's just not going to work. But this one will do it. Oh, once again, I forgot to turn my notifications off. Sorry guys, sorry guys. Who wants to hear that, huh? Just do it. Just remember to do it. I got to get that paper I talked about the last time and put it up here and remind myself to turn off your notifications. Turn off those notifications. Always a bunch of noise. Now, other people might be more comfortable actually using the little card that I was showing before, how you can do that. You want to keep your lines straight. Honestly, for me, I find that it's easier if I just do what I'm doing here. Hey, Carol, how are you tonight? I hope you're doing good. We've got it was a 50-degree day. Well, no, not 50. Well, maybe it was somewhere around there. It was a pretty nice day today. It was pretty outside today here in Cincinnati. All our snow's melted, and of course, you know, I mean, it was pretty as far as the sky. If you look down, it's all icky looking and all cruddy junk all over the place. That's the only thing I really don't like about the snow is when it starts going away, how it makes that big, ugly, ugly mess. Now, when it's on the ground and it's just white and pretty, and you step on it and it crunches under your feet as you're walking and all that, I like that part of it. I like that part of it. But once it's all sloppy and mushy and messy and makes your pant legs all gross and dirty, and nope, done with that. That's enough of that for me. You know, I'm done with this. This has got to go. It's time to go. And yeah, I think it's just about basically gone out there at this point. Okay, I'm going to take the silver, and I'm going to do right here. I'm just going to make it silver to right there. Bring that down right in there. Run that silver across the bottom of the door here. This thing's got a crooked door. I can see that. We're giving it a little running board down at the bottom that it didn't have. We're just giving it anyway. We're putting that on there. Just making it go right across through here about the width of the brush. There we go. Just bring it right on across. That means it's going to be right here at the end. We'll put it right there. How am I going to do that now? I'm going to make this black. Yeah, there should be chrome that goes around, right around the inside of there. So we'll put us a little bit of chrome. Might have to do it after it's, well, no, we'll do it first. Right around the top of the tire, just like that. Just bring it on around the top of the tire. We'll just make that chrome right there. That's going to be just a little bit of chrome right underneath here too then. You can see that little cutout. So we'll just go ahead and chrome that up. Okay. That looks good. I'm going to let that go right there just like that. Okay. Actually, that might even look good on the inside of there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. We're going to go with that light pink now. Let me get this light pink. Ooh. Where'd that shoot out to? All over my hand. I shook it straight up out of it. Okay, let's give this a quick little rinse here. Hoping that little light pink's going to cover that. I think it will. I think it will. We're not going to stress about it either way. Really warm out tonight. That's good. Really warm out down in North Carolina. Yeah, I got a friend that's down in Florida, and she was talking about it being in the 80s. It's like, oh my goodness. We certainly don't have anything like that, but 50 was, 50 pretty nice. We're going to get cold again, and then, of course, it'll get warm again, but, that's Cincinnati weather. It's just crazy here. If you don't like the weather, just wait. It's going to change. Don't like it today, it's definitely different tomorrow. That's funny, though. I mean, you have to keep a lot of different... you would think, okay, just get your winter coat out and leave your winter coat out. Well, you don't really want to do that. But, well, you do. You have your winter coat out, and then you have a couple of lighter coats. And it's just like you keep all kinds of coats out because you just don't even know what you're going to be wearing on a daily basis. It's like put some of that stuff up in some boxes and get it up out of here. I guess I'd have to get me one of them winter coats. It's got all the zip out liners and stuff like that. And then that way you could have just one coat out all the time, and you could just add those liners, the layers inside with the liners. And then that way you would always be just wearing the same coat, just with different, you know, might have that big thick winter liner in it, or it might just have the windbreaker, or it might have the other little just fleece type liner that you could put in it, and all kinds of different little layers or whatever. Just a thought. It's kind of what I need. One of them tight coats. Gotta be careful. I just got a little bit of pink right there. Take that off. There we go. Just get that off of there right now with my finger. I gotta get me some baby wipes. I keep saying that and I ain't done it. I gotta get me some baby wipes up here so I can just wipe it off really quick. Because sometimes my finger won't do it. I'm gonna stand that right up and pull it in the corner. There we go. I'm sorry I keep turning it around, but it's the only way I can get sure that I'm not going to get over my line. And then there's not even sure then. I mean, that's my closest hope to staying within the lines, is to keep turning it to where I can get it right where I can see it. Ooh, I got that out. I doubt that you can see that, though. But maybe you can, I don't know. We're just going to go right around the bottom of that real quickly, and then take my finger and wipe it off. There we go. Oh, geez. Getting a couple of little spots on it while I'm moving it around. Let me get just a drop of water. Because I know if I just do it pretty quickly, it'll just wipe off. I think my finger did that. There we go. That just wiped off. Alrighty. Gotta watch what I'm touching. It's not as dry as I think it is. Let me see if I can just tilt this and get this one little corner right there. There we go. Let me get right up on it and look, huh? Alright. It's the same there, crazy weather everywhere. Yeah, it is. It is just wild. You don't know what to expect on a daily basis. It's like, geez, old Pete's. At least the snowstorm, we were blessed, really. We didn't, it was pretty bad for a couple of days, but we didn't lose power. No adverse effects for us. It didn't tear up anything, knock down anything, do anything for us. It was just cold, icy cold. But then they were saying that we were going to get a whole bunch of snow, but we really didn't. We got a couple of inches. We got a few inches, I'd say maybe 3 or 4, but they were talking big inches, and that didn't happen. We didn't get that. Oh, I see a little spot that I missed the magenta right there. Well, that's all right. We can get that in a second here. I'm just going to work this upside down from where you're at. Try to get this little corner right there. There we go. I'm going to put this in the water for a second. Get this one. Ooh, for a second I thought I pulled that apart. One little spot there. I'll fill in this little area right here. Little bitty spot right in between. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill this in with the pink for now. That's a tiny little spot right there. But I do think I'm going to paint that white. I do. I think that that would make it show up a lot better than how that looks with the camper colors behind it. The camper colors showing through. I think it would show up better if it was done in white. I think it would just show up better. Although I can't really tell. I can't really see. I'm trying to look on there, and it doesn't look like it shows up that well with the camper colors. It's a one Valentine camper, that's for sure. Valentines. Okay, let me see what I can do. Oh, there's this little spot right here. I better finish this before I move along. Fill in this half of this L. There we go. Now it looks like I need to go back to this magenta here. I can see quite a bit right there. That needs a little touch up. Just a little touch up here and a little touch up there. Put this right here. I can see little spots. As I turned it, I was able to see all kinds of little spots that I had missed in the V when I don't know why I'm stressing about it, to tell you the truth, because I just said I'm going to paint it white, didn't I? What am I doing? Overthinking, I think, is what I'm doing. I'm overthinking it. Overthinking it. Let's just fill in this area right here with the magenta. I don't know if you can even see the little bitty area that I'm trying to fill in. This teeny tiny little spot right up here that's in between this light pink. There we go. I think that did it. Is this made out of cardboard? No, Carol, I bought this at the dollar store. It's one of them dollar store things. It's just a little bitty old... But you know, you really could make this out of cardboard. You seriously could make this out of cardboard. It's about as thick as cardboard. You could just cut cardboard. You could take a cereal box and just make that design, cut it out, glue it on there. Very simple. I saw a really cute kids craft where the camper was made with half of paper plate. They made it with a half a paper plate, and then they cut out little doors and they hung banners on it and put tires on it and all kinds of... It was a very cute craft. I thought that was a really cute idea. It was something to think about for Valentine's. Something for the kids to do that they could do with just a paper plate. Okay, so this is going to be white right here. And I'm pretty sure these are going to be white too. I think I'm just going to do that. Maybe I should make this door, the glass, silver. Because if I make the door white, I'll make that red. Why not? Huh? Why not? Let's get some white out. I was thinking, am I going to need black? Yes, I am. I do need black. I got to do black on the tire, right? Tire's got to be black. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in these. No, I'm going to let that dry. No, I'm just going to keep changing my mind as I paint, huh? Nah, that's probably about how it's going to work. But anyway, it'll get painted. Actually, let me show you the little truck that goes with this little car. Let me just grab it. I got it right over here. I just wanted to do the Love Shack, actually. But I'm going to do the truck, too. See the little truck? It goes with this little camper. You put them together here. Cute, huh? That's what I thought. That's cute. So I got both of them. But that's what I had planned on doing until the Bengals started doing so phenomenal. And then I started doing a Bengals themed thing on Saturdays. And I didn't get all of my Valentine crafts completed this year. So there's still time. Maybe I'll just pop on and do some stuff before Monday rolls around. I got Saturday. Well, Saturday I'm doing another Bengals thing. So actually, it's going to be something different. It's not going to be a Bengals emblem this time, but it's going to be still very Bengals theme. You'll just have to watch. Or watch the replay. One of the or watch the replay. Or the reel. Or the whatever. I appreciate it. Whatever it is that you watch. Whatever it is that you watch. I do appreciate it. Okay, we're just going to do this white right over here. Just take my finger and just rub that off of there. Okay, now, still got to fill that in, and I'm going to do all of those in white. But I'm going to do the door in this white color. Ooh, that's got a little pink in there, didn't it? Got to get a little more white out. Pink door wouldn't hurt it either, though. Tell you the truth. My little door is very grainy looking. It's got a little crack that goes kind of down through it, but that's all right. It doesn't hurt it in the least. I'm just going to kind of pat it over this way to the edge of it. And get a little more, get a little more. Pat it around this where I got the silver. Just sort of pulling it around real quick and easy. Not going to worry about the little heart. I'm getting it on spots in the heart, but I'm not worried about that. Just trying to make sure I get it all the way to the edges. Of the door. And I'm just going to kind of pull it around and make it all come down in the same direction. There we go. Maybe get a little bit more right there. I don't think you guys can see that silver showing through. I see it, but it's nothing bad. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it. There we go. Now, I'm going to put white around this tire, too. So I need just a smidgen more white out. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't do that with this. Maybe I should do that with that little brush. Take this little brush. And we'll just go right into the middle of there. And I'm not going to be too worried about how I put it. That's what I was thinking. It really didn't matter. I could use either brush because it doesn't matter how I put it around there. Because black will cover the white regardless. Black will definitely cover it, so if I get it out real wide or whatever, it's not going to make a difference. Just kind of make it, kind of go around in a circle at least, like a white wall. And then we'll put the black around that in just a second. Well, thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. It's turning out kind of pretty. I don't like how that looks. I'm gonna make these white because I just think that that would show better. I'm picky about it, I think. I'm just being picky. I want those to show up better. I think the white would just help it in there. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna have to turn it 1,000 directions to see down in there, though. Get it all. And then I'll probably have to put just a smidgen of the red back on the top of the banner itself. For some reason, when I started saying we're gonna see, my head started singing Under the Sea. So I've got the Under the Sea song going right now. Crazy. Okay. I think that will make it show up better. I do. Let me do that. Let me do this. And I am going to go over that just a little bit with the red, because I got plenty of red paint out. It's not like it's going to hurt anything. I wanted to add a little shading to my camper too, in the red areas. Yeah, I think that's really going to make a difference. After I go over the red again, because now I'm getting the white all over the place. But we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. There's no mistakes. All you do is wait for it to dry and paint over it. I've said that 1,000 times. You don't got to worry about a mistake, because all you do is just wait for it to dry, paint over it. Can always fix it. Of course, if you keep mucking with it, you might make mud too. I've done that before too. Just keep painting it and then no, that's not true. If you just wait and you have patience, you have to have patience. Let it dry completely. Paint over your mistakes, and you can fix them. If you hurry up and get them while they're when you first do it, you can even just wipe them up with a baby wipe. But I don't have a baby wipe, so I can't do that right this moment. Okay, so we're just going to fill in the L here. Kind of turn that a little bit and see if I can see any other little spots that look like they need a little more. Right in there. Now, I got to paint the little hearts that are on here. I'm going to paint them some different pinks. Not different than what I've got out already. I'm going to use the same colors I've got out, because there's no need to get out more paint. I've got plenty of paint on my little palette over here. There we go. Just kind of wipe off that extra, and that way I can go over it real easy with the red. I think that makes a big difference. Don't you? I mean, really. Yep, need a Q-tip and water. Hey, you are so right, man. Where are my Q-tips? I moved everything around, and it's funny, I'm still trying to find stuff. I moved everything around when we moved the studio around, and I just found my Velcro. The other day, I just found the Velcro. It was like, man, I'm having trouble finding all kind of stuff. I moved stuff around. I got a lot of stuff organized, but other stuff, it's still like, oh, I'm finding it here and I'm finding it there. But that's okay, as long as I'm finding it, and that's all that matters, huh? See, I see a little spot in the silver that needs a touch up. Right there. Right there. Right there. Okay, that looks good. That looks pretty good. Rinse this back off. I'm going to have to get out the black in a second here, but I don't want to get that out yet. I'm going to get that out when I'm just about done. Okay, I like how this looks. This cute looking little camper. I think it's cute. Let's put the bright red on the door. I don't know about this little brush. It'll take me forever to fill in a heart with this. You're a little big. Let's grab one of you guys. Just gonna angle his little angled head here, tilt it around as I curve it. Turn it this way. Make sure nothing's wet under my hand. Need a little more paint. Need a little more paint. There, that's much better. Okay. Let me just turn this a little bit. There's a hair, I can see it. There we go. Very slowly doing that, filling that in there. Gingerly, I guess you could say. You just kind of tilt this way. There we go. That one's color. Make this one bright red too. Let's pull this one right up real easy, right to the edges. Since that's raised, it makes it so much easier. You don't have to, I mean, you still got to be careful, but you don't have to be quite as crazy careful. Go over some of these little spots up here. There we go. That helped that a whole bunch. Get just a little bit more. Where was it over here on this L? You know, just quick little touch-ups is all it takes, and then you got it really, it's, you think, ah, do I need to go back and do it? You don't. You really don't. But it does give it that finished look if you just go back and give it that little extra touch-up where you can see that you've got it. Just, you know, helps make it work just a little bit better, I think. Of course, that's me. I'm always a little over the top, I think. Just a little over the top. Okay, gonna wipe off that red. I'm gonna keep using that brush. I like that brush. I'm gonna go to the magenta. I'm gonna make this one a magenta heart. Very pretty. And I guess we may as well make the other one a little light pink. A little parfait pink. Yeah, I like them raised up. You can color them, you paint them really fast that way. How quick those got painted real fast. Now this right here, I can still see that magenta coming through right there, so I'm just going to make that a little thicker with this pink. And a little spot, so not got pink paint on it right here. Rub it again on the edge. There we go. All right. Quit monkeying around with that stuff. Paint the wheel black. Oh, I do want to add a little darkening to that, though. So now where is my black? Get a little black out here. And I'm just going to take just the smallest touch of that black and mix it with this red. And just sort of muddy my red up and just make a sort of darker version of that red. I think I'm going to need a little more red out in order to do that, aren't I? Because that's a lot of black. I got too much black, I believe. Let me get a little more. That ought to do it. Because I want it to look muddied up, not like it's beat up. Just a little darkened. Yeah, slightly darker color red. There we go. And then we're going to take that and we're just going to kind of bring it right up around the top of the wheel well here. Just to kind of give it a little more of a raised look to it. Let me go to this side back here in the back. We'll go this route. Don't bring it all the way. We're just going to bring it part of the way. And then we're going to put a little bit of a just a light indication of shading right in here. And right along through here. Let me see if I can turn this way a little better. There we go. Just a little indication of the shading going across there. And let's put one right along there, the bottom of this. Just going to run a little through here. And we don't need this to be dark. We're just getting just the indication of the shadows. Little shading by the door. Bring that down there. And a little on that side, about like that. See? I think that kind of helps it pop out just a little bit there, just a little bit more. Clean that off. And then we're going to get the black. We're going to go down here to this tire. And bring it right around like that. Just around like that. It's obviously going to be an uneven tire. There's nothing I can do about it without pulling up the the little heart that's beneath there and trying to do it over. And I'm not going to do that. That's perfectly fine. We're not going to worry about that at all. We're just going to try to make the circle kind of rounded. Maybe that looks round. Let me see if I turn it towards myself. It's not the best round tire in the world, that's for sure. I can't make it look right. I know that, so I'm not going to stress too much about it. Just try to give it a little bit of a better round right here. And then there's still a little something I want to do here. Let me rinse this off. Let me get this one. That does not look like the same pink, does it? That light pink? That is not like the same. I think that brush must have had just a bit in it there. You know what the door needs to make it look right? There we go. Yeah, make it a little bigger. There we go. That helps that door a whole bunch. That door needed something. It was in need of something. I can see that right there. It didn't get enough black on it. I'm just going to take my finger. Just going to take my finger and just rub it right around the edge of that. There we go. There's a little bit of West Virginia coming out of me there. Oh, it's in there. It's in there. I'm going to take that pink right here, this light pink, and I'm just going to, I don't like how that did that. Well, I think that brush must have had still some of the magenta in it, and I should have known that, considering that I had just used it in the magenta. Now, of course, I added shading to the red down here. I guess I could have just called it shading on the pink up there, too. Could have, but I didn't. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I've got one thing left that I'm going to do to this here little thing. I'm going to take this little black pen here. And I'm going to outline this little door. This little heart, I should say, on the door. With my black pen. Maybe I am. Get that paint running. Just to help that pop a little bit better right here. Don't be going too crazy. I'll tell you, when it comes to doing things like that, you need to have your hand out of the way. You don't want to look at where you're at. You want to look at where you're going. That's the best way to do it. Am I freezing up? I was going to say, I have been having some really crazy stuff going on here lately. I don't even know what's going on with, I don't know if it's my internet. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's the storm. It has been mainly since winter that things have been kind of goofy. Yesterday in my group, I couldn't even get it to go live. I couldn't figure out what in the world was going on. I tried changing the group settings from like a general group to an educational group or whatever kind of group, just trying to get it to where it would let me go live. It wouldn't, the live button was there, but when you would press it, it'd just sit there and spin around in circles saying, starting live video, starting live video, starting live video. And I was like, what in the world? What is this thing doing? It wouldn't start. It was quite annoying. Quite annoying. Okay, so I'm still going to, let me see, is this almost dry? Nope, not yet. Not yet. I was thinking maybe I should put some little lines in the door, like little, no, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. Don't need to do that. But I am going to do one thing. I'm going to write, if I can get my pen to write. Come on now. I know there's paint in there. I can hear it. There we go. That's better. What were we calling this? It's the Love Shack, baby. There we go. S. Okay. Now I'm just going to thicken that up a little bit right here. Coming down anywhere there's a downstroke and you're writing is where you're going to thicken things up. So where the A comes down, I'm going to thicken that up. Top of the A, thicken that up. The body of the C, all the way down the side of K. Just a little bit in there. And get it that little curly Q on the end. So now I know that looks backwards to you, but I wrote Love Shack. So that's what we've got there. Our little Love Shack. I think I'm going to stop right there, guys, and let that go, and we'll come back and paint the truck next time, or hopefully sometime before Valentine's Day. If not, we'll just paint it another time, huh? Here, maybe we're going to do this. We'll put this little line goes across right there. You know me, I'm going to outline a little bit here. We're going to just bring that across there. A little outline right here. Right there. We'll just bring it around the top of the chrome. There we go. Making it a little thicker looking. There we go. I like how that's helping pop it out. All right, guys. Think we should put little white dots on it? We can put little white dots on that. Take the tip of this right here. And we could take this and just put little white polka dots on our banner. Just to dress it up a little bit. Put a couple down here. And a couple on the side. Some are small, some are big. They're just all kind of sizes here. Getting carried away with them, as I knew I would when I first thought. I thought, no, don't do it. You'll go nuts with it. Yeah, you know you will. But that's part of the fun of it. Decorate it however you want. Make it your own. That's the whole idea. Because it's up to you what you want it to look like. Let's put one there and there. Just for the fun of it. And 1, 2, 3, oh, you get a little bigger than that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. Stop. I'm going to wipe it off. And just stop. All right, guys. That's what I'm doing to it. I'm going to stop right there and not do anything else. It's going to be just like that. You know what I think would be really cute? Is if I had red glitter. I don't have any red glitter. But if I had some red glitter, I could put some glitter on that wheel and maybe some glitter on that door right there. Maybe I'll do glitter Mod Podge, but I don't even know where that is right now. I think it's downstairs. I'm going to stop. Hey, Carol. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Bye. I'll see you again Saturday. Bye-bye. Oh, I gotta find that finish button.